for a second. What is my body telling me? So I want you to understand, here's another principle, and I want you to write this down, is that the principles of innate forces, meaning the body's inborn healing capacities, so the principle of innate forces will never hurt you nor destroy you. And that's a fact. So anything that the body does to help you to heal is never going to hurt you, destroy you, or kill you. And I'm going to give you an example. So what were we taught with the Christmas ham was this. We were taught, is a fever good or a fever bad? We were taught that a fever was bad. But what is the purpose of a fever inside of the body? To fight an infection. And in fact, the way that the body overcomes an infection is to raise the body temperature. Because the body knows that a virus or bacteria cannot survive when body temperature goes above 98.6 degrees. And in fact, depending on how high it is, will determine if this is a bacterial infection or if it's a viral infection. So if your child has a fever and it's at 100.7, 101, right around there, and it's staying there for a few days, that means that the child has what kind of infection? Viral. And if they have a fever that spikes very quickly and goes up to 103, 104, 105, it means they have what kind of infection? They have a bacterial. So a fever, that's not the fault that's making you sick. The fever is the cure. So when the body raises the body temperature, it helps all of the immune system and the processes speed up so that the immune system can actually work faster. So you take your child to the pediatrician and they say, well, you need to give them Tylenol or aspirin in order to bring the fever down. And essentially, what are you doing? You're inhibiting the body's natural ability to be able to heal. So do you think you'll be sicker longer? Absolutely. Not on top of that, you're actually causing toxicity. Now, what about a cough? Is a cough good or a cough bad?
It's good.
Well, it's good. Because haven't you ever seen people who have lost the ability to cough? What happens to those people? They die of pneumonia. Because the cough is the body's ability to clear out an infection from where? From the lungs. So you should encourage coughing. What about sneezing? Sneezing good or sneezing bad? Sneezing is the body's ability to get rid of bacteria or virus that you breathe in. Do you guys know that you have these antibodies like in the mucus, inside of your nose, inside of your sinuses? That your first line of defense in overcoming an infection is actually as soon as you breathe it in. So what happens if you try to dry up a cold or dry up a runny nose? Do you think you're sicker longer? Absolutely. And I've told people, like, I got a cold, what should I do? Well, stick some tissues up your nose, get adjusted, stick them up the nose, and you just bathe inside of that, because that's where all the antiviral, antibacterial properties are actually in the mucus. What about diarrhea? What do we use as diarrhea? What is it? I mean, we're going to have like potty talk, today. But when I have a toxin in my gastrointestinal system, I can eliminate it two ways. I can eliminate it on the south end, or I can eliminate it on the north end of my digestive system. So depending on where it is, if you have diarrhea, well, it should be encouraged. Drink a lot of water, keep your electrolytes up. But if it's happening in the higher end of the gastrointestinal system, then you're going to vomit. Now, have my kids had diarrhea before? Yes. Have they had vomiting before? Yes. And in fact, I'll never forget, I taught my youngest son talent. I said, listen, if you get sick, sometimes you may throw up. And all you're doing is you're getting the bad stuff out. And I remember the first time he threw up, he was 4 years of age, and he's over the toilet, and he's in the middle of heaving, he's like, Dad, I'm getting all the bad stuff out. But he wasn't afraid of it. So he wasn't afraid of being sick, and in fact he thought that this was actually a normal, healthy response. So these principles of innate forces are never there to hurt you, they're never there to destroy you, they're always there to heal you.